Mic check, 2 J's hit the stage like thunder. Friendship, solid rock, no cracks, no blunders. Navigating life round the kids and the hustle. 30s hit hard, but we flex in the muscle. 2 J's in a pod where the truth gets spilled. Real talk kings, every vibe gets fulfilled. Dads by day, on the mic we just kill. Friendship eternal, we keep it too real. Jason got the sagas, Johnny rolling with the truth. Convos hit deeper than the roots of our youth. Bar for bar, it's a therapy sesh we supply. Navigators of the vibe, no cap, no lie. Topics ain't safe, from diapers to dilemmas. Dealing with drama or revisiting tremors. Podcasts, waves hit sharp, slice like katana. Real dads, real men, hotter than a sauna. A journey of milestones, we live and we laugh. 2 J's, 2 mics, no scripts, no drafts. From midnight feeds to battles.
So,
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of 2 J's in a Pod. Johnny is back in action. He was MIA, but now he's back and ready to roll. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better now that I got my shot in the back.
That's what she said.
I was indisposed for a minute. Yes, I did not get replaced, people. Thank you for asking, though.
Johnny did not get replaced.
Yeah, it was an awesome episode, by the way. You know, shout out to Lehigh.
Yeah. If
Man,
you
it's
haven't,
funny, we had Eli and now Lehigh.
you know what's interesting too is
We
that
should get them together.
Lehigh is an actor as well.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't listened to that episode, for sure check it out. I think Lehigh's story is inspirational. He's been through a lot, and really like somebody that I look up to as far as like his strength and how open he is with his problems that he's faced, being vulnerable. It's definitely an awesome episode to listen to.
It was an amazing episode. Thank you again for setting that up and getting an episode out there. Like I said, I'm trying to be consistent.
Yeah, couldn't leave the fans hanging.
Right. Thanks for like I said, thanks for hitting me up. No, like that, I got fired on our own podcast and shit.
Yeah, for everybody asking if Johnny got fired, he did not get fired or replaced.
Right. I was indisposed, like Jason said. Getting ready for a lot of other stuff, especially my health and I haven't I like change to a certain extent now that I'm getting older. But I was telling you earlier that my counselor or my therapist had a change of practice. They closed down the old counseling place or therapy place and they send them to a new one. But he has to get everything licensed and everything like that. So I finally had to sit down with the psychiatrist, which is the main guy that oversees everybody. And then I had a small telehealth interview.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then it's been like the last time I saw him was right before our birthday week.
Right.
So it's been a minute. So
what, like a month now?
yeah. So it kind of I felt lonely. No, but lonely with pain and all this stuff. But I was listening to the podcast and what Lehigh was saying that sometimes you recluse yourself and,
right.
and you shut down. I feel his pain because that's what sometimes what I go through too. Like I shut everybody out and I seclude myself in la baticueva.
Yeah.
Or baticuarto porque ya no tengo la cueva because it's under remodeling.
Johnny has a man cave where he lives.
Yep.
But
like Gollum, which you're not gonna understand that reference.
Right.
Do you know who Gollum is?
I can't say that I do.
It's the monster from Lord of the Rings, the guy that found the rings with the big eyes.
Oh yeah.
He's
Okay.
like my precious.
Yeah.
And then he lives under the cave. That's how I am, like Gollum.
Yeah. But
you see, Jason doesn't know any movie references. He's
I
not
don't.
a movie nerd like me.
I do not. But yeah, that was a awesome conversation I had with Lehigh. So I've been telling him, I guess he's been getting feedback. He sent me a message and he said that, everybody's been sending him feedback, positive feedback about the podcast and him sharing his story. So hopefully we can get him on other podcasts and just continuing to share his story, because I feel like it's definitely something that men should hear, because normally you don't think of like a guy like him that's in the military, MMA fighter, bare knuckle fighter, like being vulnerable and sharing those feelings and emotions and those struggles.
Well, the old culture and our culture, Hispanic culture, like I always say, they don't believe in that. You
Right.
know, they're like, ah, that's nothing, and you're not a man if you cry. You're not a man if you express your feelings, and we get burnt out. You
Yeah.
know, because like I tell you, we're mostly providers, right? And I like reading quotes and Instagrams, and I save a few, and they say that women sometimes stop loving men when they're not able to provide.
Yeah, I think
Except
some
me, I got lucky, me saqué la lotería.
yeah, because I think that I mean part of the attraction for women is
Si
men being like a provider, being a protector, you know. So I think instinctively that's what's programmed in women, right? From like back in the day when, we were the hunters and the protectors.
Right. Well, that's what I'm telling you, that 666 kind of theory, I go back to that 666 because, I don't know, was it you that I was having a conversation about? Somebody was, like, asking oh, yeah, yeah, I was having that you mentioned that you knew somebody that said, I want a guy that has a six-pack and has money and stuff like that," and you're like, "Well, how about you? What do you bring to the table?" Right?
Right. Other than
That
a piece of meat.
yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, girls know that they have the power. That
To a certain extent, yeah, like we talked about last time, I think women have the power to a certain extent. And then us as men being the pursuers, right? Uh once we get what we want, a lot of times those women that are like pursuing, because if you think about it, a man that's the 666, you say, right?
mhm.
There's not just one girl behind that dude, right?
No, there's a lot of
Right. There's multiple women pursuing that dude. So that dude has several options. And I guess, for that guy, I'm assuming that he's not just going to take, whatever woman that just looks attractive that comes by.
yeah, you'd be surprised. Like one time, I have an interesting story too. One time, I went to Seattle, and I went with my cousin. We went to see the Copa America. I call him my cousin, but he's actually my wife's cousin. But we had a good bond, and we went to this Copa America, and we were bored, so we're like, let's go to a bar or something, And we were staying at a nice place, Bellevue in Seattle, which is a nice high class, neighborhood. And when we go to that bar, I don't see nothing but Lamborghinis, Ferraris, limos, and I was like, what the heck? And I'm just like dressed down like I always am.
And you pull up in your 94 Accord.
No, no, I was in Seattle, so we had a rental.
Right. I'm just
So
joking.
so it was a bug. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, but the point is that we went in there and I was like, what the heck? I was like, I died and went to paradise.
What do you mean by that?
Like there was so much beautiful women,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that it's like I was like, is this like am I in a movie set or something? And really tall, beautiful, different ethnicities, and they're like dressed to the T. They dress provocative, but nice. That nice fashionable provocative.
Right.
And then so I was like, wow, it's and then it's like bottle service and it's expensive things. Like I'm looking at the drink menus, and like, oh shit, I'm just one drink and I'm out.
Right.
Kind of place. And these here's like uh the ratios were like four girls two for one guy and shit, like kind of like. But I was seeing a lot of people like, wow, everybody's like conversating, right? So there's this guy that's like, oh my god, this girl walks in and she's like gorgeous, y era morena, and this guy comes and goes, I'm gonna go talk to her, and I'm like, oh cool, 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 the conversation. And I was like, okay, um, and he comes back and he's like, she's too expensive, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She goes, oh, this. Then I go, you don't know about this bar? And he goes, no, these are where you get the high money priced escorts.
Right.
And so he's like, yeah, she's asking for like 8 grand a night. And I was like, what the fuck?
People are actually paying that much.
Well, I think that's crazy. I mean, I think if they like you, they'll lower the price. If they don't like you, they'll probably ask for ridiculous money so you could leave them alone.
Imagine being a female that you can just make $8,000 a night just based off of your looks.
Well, it comes with a cost. I
Yeah.
understand. I'm not gonna give you $8,000 just for your looks and shit. But that's what OnlyFans is about too. Like now with everybody, like I'm telling you, I'm happy in a way that I started like dating and started my relationship before this technology era because we're instilling so much bad things on our females and our counterparts and ourselves that women now prefer to be have like more of an OnlyFans as a income stream,
Hmm.
and so they're like really not open to like dating. And then guys are not gonna. I mean, I see most guys wouldn't take girls that are in OnlyFans and porn stars serious. But now
Right.
they know if you have it, use it. I'm telling you, man. If I was a girl, ooh, I wouldn't even be next to you right now.
You'd be on OnlyFans
I'll be in Dubai, yeah, and doing my OnlyFans.
in Dubai.
Yep.
Oh,
I
that'd
see
be
that.
rough.
I see the sucio.
Doing some rough
No,
work.
pero because I mean, it is what it is.
I get it. I get it. But I think that it's not all women, right? Like all women don't fall for that.
Well, how about that influencer that got murdered? Um, that was sad.
Yeah,
Did
but what did she get murdered for? Like,
what
what
was
was
her
the reason?
name? Valeria Marquez. Well, look, she was gorgeous. She looked like a Barbie. So, 22 years old and had her life together. All right, I got into shit like that because I love true crime and shit like that. So, um, they said that she got murdered, but her best friend. So don't ever do this to me. Thank God we're not women. But she was envious of her and wanted the looks. I mean, wanted her lifestyle.
Okay.
And like they said that she started mimicking her like her, dressing like her, and she set her up. And supposedly her ex-boyfriend is one of the he's a top guy for the elite killing squad for the new Generación Jalisco New Generación Mafia.
Okay.
And I guess he broke up with her. She broke up with him, and I think she started clowning him. And then she got with somebody her age because she was like 22, beautiful, beautiful blue eyes, green eyes, whatever. Anyway, she looked beautiful, and I guess she started making like fun of him, and it was a setup, man. They went into her shop, shot her, and she was doing a live stream too, and she predicted it. You haven't seen that?
I think I seen a clip of it, but I don't know. It almost looked fake to me.
It does because they blur out some stuff, but when you go through like the dark webs and get it, like Twitter doesn't, or X now, it doesn't have filters.
That's wild. I mean, men and women should be careful because you never know. Like, you don't know people, you know?
Yeah, they might be married and shit.
Yeah, they could be married. There's a lot of other stuff.
They lie about that they're single and ready to mingle.
Could be.
Like Jason, he's now has how many wives now? You're calling for your 6?
17.
Oh, 17.
We're in
yeah.
Utah.
All right, that's right. But anyway, so the story is, and it's crazy because like I saw the whole video and it's scary, like I was like, yeah, it looked kind of fake, like she staged her own stuff, but then they do follow-ups and I guess they blur it out. But when they shot her in her chest, but it things like her chain ricocheted and went into her stomach, but then they capped her off and shot her in her head twice. And then you could see the blood spatter on the table, landing on the table. I was like, oh, that is
Dang.
fucking real. And then her friend was there, but she was like,
The friend that set her up?
yeah, she was like, nah, stay here and blah blah blah. And then convinced her, brought her Starbucks. Like they said that everything that they brought her had like a meaning. Like first they brought her flowers, and that's for your funeral. Then they brought her like this pink drink, and it says that and something that with stars, and that you're gonna sleep under the stars. And then they like give her a stuffed pig, like that's to like embarrass her. But anyways,
And you went deep into this.
oh
huh?
yeah, I love true crime. I telling you. Plus, I was indisposed, and I was not. Then I had to entertain myself on something.
That makes sense.
Especially when it comes to like beautiful women, I feel bad.
Is it true crime you're into, or is it beautiful women that you're into?
True crime with beautiful women.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, it's sad, because I'm a girl's dad. A girl, yeah, is that how you say it?
Yeah, girl dad.
Girl dad. Yeah, I have 3 girls and 1 boy, so. I wouldn't want nobody doing that. And then, but the crazy part, people seen it at the end. that girl that set her up stops her live stream, and she gets like kind of focused on the live stream when she's stopping it after the murder. She's not panicking. She's not screaming. She just turns it off. Like, okay, you guys saw it got murdered on on live streaming, and that's the end of her. But there's a couple. There's a couple influencers that got murdered like that.
So was she an OnlyFans model or what?
No, she was actually had a beauty boutique,
Oh, okay.
but she did some modeling, and she lived like at 22, dude. She's already going on private planes. I mean, her profile is still open.
So
Like
s- but,
like a lavish style, and especially in Mexico.
but they're not her private planes, I'm assuming.
Oh no, she was. You meet the wrong people. Money leads to a lot of. It's just money's the root of all evil. I think that's why I like being broke.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it can be. I think people do some weird stuff for money, right? We were just talking about the Dubai girls and stuff, but I think money could be good too.
Yeah, but money doesn't buy happiness. Well, it kind of does. But I mean, I was, I was reading about the guy that invented Minecraft. How you know about Minecraft? Because I'm pretty sure your kids play with it. That used to play with that.
I mean, I know about Minecraft. I don't know about the guy that invented it.
Yeah, so I guess he sold it because he was tired of living the corporate world. He invented it. He had no like it became popular, and supposedly the story ends that he was just miserable, like with all this money, and felt it so alone. You know,
It's like those people that win the lottery and their life gets ruined.
right? Because it's hard, man. Especially, I mean, I seen it because I've been in that position. Cuando tienes dinero, te miras bonito and shit. Once the money runs out, that's when you see who your true friends are.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, um,
That's why it's good just to keep a small circle,
yeah,
regardless if you got money or not.
yeah. That's I learned the hard way. But we have one guest here, one audience, Junior, your son,
Yeah,
your eldest,
yeah. My son in the audience.
the real Jason Alvarado.
Yeah, the real Jason Alvarado, I guess.
That should be the C of Jason Alvarado. Right?
That'd be
That'd be awesome.
accurate.
Right. The C of Jason Alvarado. We're gonna change it.
But yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think, like you said, you get in with the wrong crowd and you allow these people into your life that you don't know, or even but when you're on the good side of it, right? Like those cartels and all that stuff. I'm sure it's beneficial, her being on private jets and all that stuff. But when you piss them off, it's not so beneficial.
No, exactly. I mean, once you start rolling with those, it's a circle that you do not want to get in. I know a couple people that got into that circle, and some of them didn't end good, or some of them got close to not ending good. So, I mean, easy money, it's easy to make, but once you get used to it, nothing feels the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
know?
why you got to get some legit money.
Or not make any money. Be happy. You saw the sign that I posted on my door, so I don't get bothered. That I send you. It says I'm too broke to buy stuff.
Yeah, passive aggressive door sign.
Right. I had to because I got tired of people knocking on my door. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind, but like, it's so funny because I had the missionaries come over and they keep knocking on my door, and we're not opening. So I bought that sign. They still knocked on my door.
Oh, after the sign?
Yeah, I have a video. I think I sent you the video. I don't know if you paid attention to it, but they're talking about it because it says, I have found Jesus. And then they
didn't care.
they're talking, and I'm recording them on my camera, right? And they're saying, well, maybe he needs more information about Jesus. And I was like, let's knock. And I was like, really?
Yeah,
I was
not
pissed.
good.
Not good.
What else do you have going on?
Nothing much, still a little bit bummed out, about going down on my bike, waiting for it to get an answer to get it fixed or not. But I started going to physical therapy.
How's that?
That's pretty good, But I don't know if they hurt you more. Sorry, Doc, if you're listening to this, but I don't know if they hurt you more or are they doing it on purpose? Because the first session I came out, fuck. I was like, damn, what happened?
I went to a chiropractor before the marathon. I think I talked about it. And I mean, it was painful and it was miserable, but a few days after, I felt good. I felt young again.
Yeah, you see, that's so funny because for me, it feels good, and then after it feel like crap. It's
Nah.
like I have the opposite effect.
Yeah, not good.
Junior, stop looking at me, please. You're getting me nervous.
But yeah, that's let us know what experiences you've had with chiropractors or anything like that. I feel like for me it helps. I actually probably need to go soon because I'm starting to feel it again.
Oh, dude, I get scared. One time they cracked my neck, and I told them this is the first and last time you ever do that,
They did that to me too.
and it fucking freaked me out because, like I said, I like reading stories.
You wanted to be paralyzed,
Fuck no, shit.
but yeah, that stuff is it's interesting. I feel like people that know how to like work the body and work your muscles and all that. When he was massaging me and like, doing adjustments and all that, he was like, "Oh yeah, this muscle right here is tense and this one hasn't moved." And so
Did
he was
give-
explaining it to me.
Did he give you a massage with a happy ending?
No, I wish.
Just
There was no happy ending.
no happy ending. Oh,
I was
you want
disappointed.
happy ending?
I was disappointed.
Right.
So
So,
yeah.
sorry.
Go
What were you
ahead.
gonna say? No, go ahead.
No, it was just I think that for me, going to a chiropractor helps. Getting those adjustments helps. Because I feel like my body gets tense. I do these things, run a marathon, and I feel like my body's just like super tense. And I don't really stretch or anything, which I should.
Really, you don't stretch?
No, I don't.
Remember last time you were making fun of me when I was stretching when we were gonna go play basketball before my accident, and you were laughing. And I took my massager.
Oh yeah, Johnny brought a massage gun. It was the icy hot league. When Johnny's around, he's over there rubbing, getting those muscles ready to go play basketball.
Oh, I have to, man. That's because Father Time doesn't forgive.
Yeah, I'm not at that age yet.
Yes,
so
you are, fool.
No, I could still.
When you at least expect it, it hits you, man. Because that's how I felt too. I felt indestructible. And young cats out there, they should listen. Like I swear, if I would have listened to my adults of my time, I would have been in a better situation.
Yeah, but nobody listens to the adults.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, they listen to other adults. They don't listen to to your immediate adults.
Yeah.
Like I always tell you, my son, I'll give him the same advice, but he wouldn't listen to me. But then Jason will give him the same advice, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're right." I was like, "What the?"
Yeah. That's with everything, though. I think we talked about relationships too, when your partner won't listen to what you have to say, and then somebody else says it, and they're like, "Oh, this person had a great idea."
Right? Oh, that grinds my gears, dude. But anyways, I know we went off subject, but one thing that I kind of noticed too. This world is full of envy too, and I hate that. I can't be an envious person, but I met people in my life that had envious just because of your work ethics, or I think I touched that subject, or like this girl that got murdered because she was beautiful and had a good life. Her best friend wanted to be like her. They always say that your worst enemies within your circle sometimes.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing to watch out for and be aware of the people around you and how they show up, and because I feel like there's always signs. You can always tell.
Oh yeah, you could definitely tell. That's why my wife used to like having like hosting parties and having stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Like, don't invite people that I don't know. We don't know that close because they could be bringing negative energy. Even my daughter experienced that, and I saw it. My friend said, like, I'm not saying that we have a good life, but I never and my wife never grew up with their own room, and having their own stuff. So we did one room for both of the girls, and we made it decent. Like her bed. I think you saw it, right?
Yeah.
And and they get spoiled rotten, and sometimes it pisses me off. But I don't even spoil them that rotten. Well, a little bit, but not that much. But it's her grandparents, her aunts, her tias, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And this little girl comes in, and she's like, "Why do you have everything? Like, you're so unappreciative." And like started trying to manipulate her and try to amenazarla. And it was crazy because she was telling me, "You don't know who my dad is." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" I heard that and I got so mad. But anyways, it's the ambience. Even from little kids, it starts.
Yeah, and they pick that up from their parents more than likely.
Yeah, it starts from the house.
Right.
your kids are a projection of you.
Right.
You know, I have kids from divorces, and one of my kids didn't end up. I mean, he's doing great now, but he went into, some problems. Same thing with, I know adult people, like, they're already 18, 19, 20. Their
Mhm.
parents separated. They didn't take it that well. And even though they were living on their own, it has like a psychological trigger on you. I knew older cousins of mine that their parents got separated, and they went through, through episodes,
Yeah. I mean, that's tough. I think like everybody has their own way of coping and dealing with those situations. Um, but yeah, I think it's a difficult situation to be in.
Yeah, and but it's so funny because I like I'm talking about envy, and I seen it. I can. I'm always happy for people. Like I never try to like, oh, whoa, you got that. I could get that better, But I had people telling me that, Like I remember when I had my Acura and it was nice.
Hmm.
I had a friend of mine would always tell me, "Why does everybody like your car? It's a piece of shit." And I was like, "It's a nice car." And then people like will stop, But now he has a nice, his car like he will suit it up and everything like that. And he's like he gets happy when they give him props. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's nice, it looks nice." But I started laughing because I go, my car's way faster than yours. And then he got a, well, I don't want to throw him out there, but you know, and he has people that come into his car and like they take pictures and stuff like that. But I don't get like, oh, why are they taking pictures of your car? It's like it's plain.
Yeah, there's people that just, I mean, have that energy and that's where their mindset is at. But like I said, that's why you got to be careful with who you have around because you can't have that type of energy and people, trying to put you down or downplay what you're doing. I think regardless of what car you drive, you're doing awesome. If you have a car, if you don't have a car,
Dos patas
yeah, then hopefully you have some nice shoes to walk down the street with.
or no shoes, imagine, and
No
you have to
shoes.
walk.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm sure there's people with no shoes that have to walk that are happier than people in the mansions. So,
Yeah, no, but it's so funny because I had that experience once. Um, I had to walk. I had money, but it was just a crazy thing. Um, they picked me up, and at the end, I was like, I have no shoes, and they're like, if you wanna come, let's go now, you know. And I started laughing. I was like, yeah, yeah, because it was like a work in progress. It was and then she took me, to a place. We did our thing, and then she's like, I had to go, I had to go. I was like, you had to give me a ride home. She's like, nah, nah, nah. I need to go. I need to go. And I was like, what the fuck? You're a grown ass, you know? So she left me and I had to walk barefooted back to, and it was a big, and then I
okay,
had,
hold on. But what happened to your shoes?
well, I was at my house and I
Okay.
had some friends at my house and I had some of her relatives at my house. So she didn't want to know that I was messing around with her still.
Okay.
So she came to pick me up.
And you walked out of the house barefoot.
Yes, because I was having a beer and I was just like, back then I was looking okay. And so she comes back and she's like, yeah, I miss you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, let me, no, 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 no. And it's funny because she had the garage opener and she opened, and I was like, and then she's like, do you have people? I go, yeah, I have some friends and your family and your cousins are here. So she's like, let's go. Come on. And I was like, where we're going? She's goes, just come have a ride with me. So, I
You
end up,
weren't going to say no, shoes or not.
yeah, fuck that. I was like, yeah, So I get on the car, we go and get a room and shit like that, and having the time of my life. And then when the time, suddenly, she snaps and she's like, oh, I need to go, no, blah blah. I'm like, hey, I need, And at that time, I even left my cell phone, you know. So I had no cell phone, but I had money, and I had money, and so I'm walking down the street barefooted. I'm trying to get change for the bus. Nobody wants to give me change, and they're kicking me out of the stores because I'm fucking barefooted. And then I look like a hobo because estaba, like my hair was like kind of messed up, and I had like a muscle shirt and something like that with no muscles. But anyways,
But the shirt was there.
and that shirt was there, and shorts and no shoes, dude. And it was hot as fuck. So I'm missing.
Crazy. I mean, you could have at least stopped and got some shoes somewhere.
No, that's the bad thing is that nobody had shoes. I mean, they had like little markets and stuff like that, and you know, the AMPMs that it had everything like that.
Yeah.
So, and I was trying to get change. I even asked some guy like, "Hey, I'll give you $40 if you just take me over here," you know. And they're like getting scared. I'm like, "No, I'm not. I got stranded. Like seriously, this, you know." And nobody will give me a ride either. Fool. Nobody had pity on me, so I ended up fucking walking barefooted. It was probably like around 6. It was a distance, dude. My feet were all fucked up and shit like that, but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
No, but I mean that taught me a lesson. You know, you can't trust nobody, fool.
Yeah, you got to be prepared, man. You can't be in the
Yeah.
house without shoes.
Nah, that's why I have a to-go bag now.
Yeah.
That's why I carry all these kind of bags because of my PSTD and shit, my post-traumatic stress, my PTSD. I'm sorry, I'm fucking bad with everything.
Dyslexic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny. I don't think I've ever had a story where I've been barefoot, but
Oh, I have some fucking stories.
what else you got going on?
Nothing much. How about you, man? I mean, we were talking about me a lot, but how was your trip? I know you went to Texas.
Yeah, I went to Dallas. I think the last time I talked about it was probably going to happen that I was going to take a trip to Dallas.
But it happened.
But it happened. I ended up going last minute.
Am I being your voice or reason sometimes? When I tell you do it, do it.
Yeah, I think Johnny likes to live through me. He's always encouraging me.
But I to a positive too, you know.
No, yeah. It was. I mean, it turned out really good. I flew out there and
Junior, cover your ears.
no, I flew out there and just had fun. Went to some like really good restaurants and did like
Did you have that Texas barbecue?
No, I didn't
You
get
dumb.
I didn't get a chance to do that, but we did go to like a few different restaurants and
Did you have Texas sushi?
no, I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm just fucking.
Oh. The fish market?
I'm just.
No,
I'm being a cochino.
we went to a museum.
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm sorry. I had to laugh. I haven't laughed for a while.
We went to a museum of, what was it, illusion or something like that? I think I showed you the pictures.
No, you didn't.
No?
No.
There's a
You didn't share anything with me because you wanted it to keep it for the podcast. Sorry.
Oh yeah. We went, so like the first night I got there, we went to like this Mexican restaurant. Now,
What do you mean we?
me and my friend.
Oh, you had a friend there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have a friend
Oh, nice.
in Dallas.
Dude or you don't want to say the gender?
No, it's a girl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
How
long have you know this friend?
I'm not sure exactly. I can't tell you the exact date.
Oh.
It hasn't been too long though. But I went out there and
Where all these friends come from?
I
I'm
don't
getting
know, dude.
surprised from you, Jay.
I don't know.
Having all these new friends. No wonder you're fucking being
All these new friends.
neglecting me. No wonder he doesn't pay attention to me and calling me I'm a ghost. Usually he calls and checks up on me. He's all fucking pissed when I call him.
What do you need?
Yeah,
I'm busy. I'm in Texas.
Right. Next time you're going to Oklahoma next week, I think.
Oklahoma? No.
Oh.
Hey, stop making it sound like that.
You know me, I like to oversaturate sometimes.
But yeah, we went to like this Mexican restaurant that was like a club upstairs and a restaurant downstairs.
All high class and shit.
I mean, it was nice, and they had like the roll up doors and everything. You know, I don't know, it was a really cool vibe, something that I haven't seen here. And then, like I said, we went to that museum where they have like different illusions and stuff, so you could take like pictures that look crazy different, like illusions. But went to a few different restaurants, and I went to a farmer's market.
Oh, I know the shirt that you never brought me. That's the only thing you sent me, and then you never. I don't know why you sent me if you're not gonna bring it to me. What a punk.
What did it say? I don't even remember. It's like trophy husband.
Trophy husband.
Yeah, I seen a shirt that said trophy husband, and I was like, that's Johnny right there. So I sent him a picture, and then he texts like 2 or 3 hours later, "Oh, get that for me." Like I'm gonna be standing next to that T-shirt for 3 hours for him to reply.
Was it 3 hours?
Yeah,
you're being
I looked
exaggerated.
it up. I looked it up. Remember?
Anyways, but yeah, you could have come back to that farmer market. It was right next to your hotel, punk.
Yeah, it was. I walked to the farmer's
You
market.
see, you're evil. I'm telling you.
But they had a lot of cool stuff there. Dallas was super interesting. It's like a big ass city. So.
Oh, it is. Did you go to NASA?
No, I didn't do that.
You went to the JFK assassination street, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Do you
I
even
seen
know the story of JFK?
What do you mean the
I'm
story?
just kidding. I don't know. There's conspiracy theories that they have.
Oh, the ice bullet or what?
Yeah, the bullet that did the curve and shit.
Nah, I mean, not too much. But
You don't like true crime, huh? Whatsoever.
no, I do. It just
Or like documentaries about assassinations and stuff like that. Am I like psychotic because I like those kind of
I
stuff?
think you have problems for sure. I think me and the audience agree you have issues.
All right, but who's the one that has voices in their head?
Me, I do.
Okay, then.
There's
Thank
a
you.
lot. I was talking to a friend about that too. How like when I go on runs and I go on hikes, I like to go alone the majority of the time because I feel like that's the time where I get to like listen and pay attention to like my thoughts.
Big ass dome of yours.
The 868 voices that I have.
Right.
But yeah, I get a chance to like be alone and kind of focus and be quiet, right? And then I get to listen to my thoughts and pay attention to what like I'm thinking in the moment.
Well, they say study shows that they say that people that talk to themselves or to their pets have like a higher IQ.
Well then,
Yeah,
I'm
you
through
do.
the roof, baby.
Yeah, I mean that massive dome of yours. Yeah,
I'm through the
probably your
roof.
brain's like this big and shit.
Not Jimmy Neutron up in here.
Pinche psychic and shit. You could read my thoughts.
Yeah, but yeah, Texas was cool. I want to go back because I think there's a lot of stuff that I want to do
With Texas or with your friend?
with Texas, dude. There's a lot
Sorry,
more to
I
explore.
just like to hate on you for a little bit. It's the good envy. I have the good envy on you,
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
Johnny encouraged the trip.
right? I tell you, I lived through you.
Yeah,
Since I'm all fucking disabled and shit, I can't do nothing no more.
Johnny's over there in his wheelchair. Go to Texas.
Right, with my oxygen mask.
Yeah. So I went to Texas.
Yeah, I told you, man, even if you're going to hang out with me, if I had to use a wheelchair, you say, yeah. So I'm holding you up to it.
Yeah, I think
Sidecar for your motorcycle so I could go on the rides.
we could do that too.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it'd be dope to go to Texas if you come, like make a trip.
You?
Me and you.
Oh, yeah, it'd be awesome. I mean, I've been there too. I told you I went there for the Copa America. I went to different parts of Texas. I got to see Peru against somebody in Mexico in the USA game.
Did you say that was in Dallas?
That was all. Yeah, I mean Arlington, Dallas, and we have ghosts here. This place is haunted,
There's some paranormal activity going
Yeah.
on.
right? But anyways, and I went to NASA, and I missed that JFK assassination thing. I want to go to that street.
You know, it was, I think for me, that tripped me out the most was when I was flying into Dallas. It was nighttime. And I feel like, you know, Utah and like a lot of the places out here, out west, there's pockets of cities and then there's big spaces of nothing, right?
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Or even like mountains and like Utah's broken up a lot. Even like Colorado is broken up a lot. Nevada is broken up a lot because there's just desert. But when I was flying into Dallas, there was like a good 30 or 40 minutes of me flying where it was just nonstop. Like, I mean, it wasn't like big cities, but there was houses and businesses for like as far as your eye could see.
Oh, I see what. Yeah, I mean because Texas is almost like its own continent.
Not just that, but I think it's so flat that they just start building out and they
Well,
don't stop.
Don't tell me you believe on the flat Earth theory.
No, I don't. I
Oh,
think that's
okay.
something that you probably could
No,
believe
hell
in.
no, I don't believe in
Oh,
that.
okay.
I know the Earth is round.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but
It's round, fool.
Texas for sure. There's a lot of goddamn people there.
Yeah, it's a big state and it's close to Mexico. You know, it was part of Mexico. You know, Texas. If Mexico gained all thing back,
The Louisiana Purchase?
yeah,
Are we going to have a history lesson?
No, but it's crazy. But anyways, yeah, Texas is nice. Properties are good, but the property taxes kill you. They don't have states or federal taxes. I mean, yeah, they don't have no taxes in there, but they have property taxes, which they should have got rid of too. But property taxes is like another mortgage payment, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
I didn't know that.
it's very expensive. I mean, you could get nice houses, but the mortgage payment's cheap, but then your property taxes fucks it up. It's not like here.
Might have to move to Texas.
Yeah, we could do what you call live stream our podcast to our 3 audience, and one of them's here.
Zoom podcast?
Yeah, but anyways,
Yeah. Junior, you coming to Texas with me? There you go. See, Junior's in. We're going to
that's
Texas,
good.
baby.
Nice. I'm coming with you guys.
I feel like I vibe with Texas, right? I'm like all pro guns. I mean, the only thing that
you're a
Texas.
Hispanic redneck.
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly. I like Mexican OT. What else?
Mexican OT, is that Mexican overtime?
Look at this dinosaur over here.
What's Mexican OT?
The rapper, Mexican OT.
Oh yeah, no. If it's a new rapper, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
I
Yeah, it
can't
was
do
cool.
that.
it was cool. So I want to go back out there and kind of I had like a short trip. I think it was like 2 days.
Right.
And dude, let me tell you something. I did not sleep. Those like 3 days.
I could see it in your ojeras.
Yeah, no, I did not sleep for those 3 days. I think 3 days I slept like 6 hours.
Pinche loco. I need to sleep and shit. I need my body to regenerate.
No, it's tough.
Nah,
It was tough. When I came home, I slept for like, I want to say like 13 hours, 14 hours.
oh yeah, you're all fucking grouchy and shit. That's the time after that. Oh no, that's after your marathon. Sorry.
After the marathon was upset too.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I didn't hear from you for a couple of days.
Yeah, I was out. But there's a lot of changes and stuff happening in my life. I've recently changed.
I was gonna talk about your job. You're
Yeah.
transitioning.
To a different job.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see how that goes, but I'm super excited about it. I think that the way I am and the way my mind works, I like constant change. So I'm always trying to improve myself and get myself in better positions, learn new skills. So I'm taking on a new role. So we'll see how that goes. But
He's gonna be a fluffer.
yeah, what is that?
I'm just fucking with you, though.
What's a fluffer?
I'll let you research it.
Oh, we'll Google that. Everybody Google what a fluffer is. I don't know what that is.
Wow, this dinosaur over here.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe that was something in the 80s.
Maybe.
But
I'm an 80s baby. I'm not like an adult 80s. So it's
Yeah.
different, right? Like I was growing up in the 80s, but I was in like not like party 80s. You know what I'm
what
talking
year
about?
were you born in?
Why? Why you have to put me on blast?
18.
1905.
Sounds about right.
No, it was I'm 79, fool.
79.
What were you like 20?
88.
Oh yeah.
1988, which sounds old too, but you're in the 70s, so
I'm 79 for 1 year before
you're
the 80s.
still in the 70s.
That's so true. I know. I was thinking that, remember that, do you know the movie Back to the Future at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking waiting for my DeLorean, my hoverboard, which I would never ride because I'm fucked up now. But
You can lay on it.
yeah, but I want, I want the flying cars.
I want those Air Mags, the self-tying Nikes.
Oh, dude, they have some. I mean, they had ones that they were not Air Max, but I remember they re-released them.
Yeah, and they're like $100,000. Too much.
If you had the money, would you buy them though? Like, if you have money that's like 100,000, it would be like $100 for you.
Nah, I feel like I wouldn't.
No, I think you would. You're a shoe whore.
I am, but that seems ridiculous.
Remember one time you told me I need to stop buying shoes? Like you wanted to go like shoeaholics or something, anonymous and shit.
I have a problem sometimes.
Yeah, you're like, I have too many shoes. You're like, you have even shoes right here in your shop.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They take over my life. But I don't know. It's like one of the few things that I guess I collect, that you could say.
I collected some Kobe's, but now they're hard to get. And then I like different color shoes when they're a mix match.
The what does?
Yeah, like and people are like, hey, did you put the wrong shoes on? I'm like, yeah, I'm colorblind.
I feel like I've like gone to some like really basic shoes. Like I like just plain.
Oh, you're in the New Balance era? The grandpa shoes?
No, the Hokas. Have you seen my running shoes?
Nah, yeah, I heard hookers.
Hokas.
Oh, hookers. Sorry, I was like, you're in your
No,
hooker.
you got a little too excited.
Yeah, I was
huh?
like, what? You're in the hooker phase?
No,
Damn,
the-
Jason, you get divorced and you're already being a whore.
No, never, dude.
You're a saint, Jason. You're a saint.
I am a saint, dude.
Yeah, look at everybody, his halo around his head.
Yeah.
Big ass fucking halo. I see.
The hula hoop.
Fucking the rings of Saturn.
Oh, you fucking asshole. Oh, that's funny.
We have to have fun, right? We haven't laughed like that for a minute because you fucking ghost me.
I ghost you?
You're mad at me. You like I know you were mad at me. I'm fucking hurting and shit. I needed you
No.
to carry me like Whitney Houston from The Bodyguard and shit.
You ghosted us
like
and our
like,
our
have you
listeners.
seen The Bodyguard from Whitney Houston when she gets carried out? When
The
they try to kill.
Bodyguard?
Yeah, it's a Whitney Houston movie, no?
Nah, I haven't
Fuck,
seen
you
it.
see, I can't do no movie reference for this
The
guy.
when was Whitney Houston in a movie, man? It's got to be
80s.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but still, people like I know younger people that they like those movies and I could do references. You're hard to do references. I had to do like movies that you they're in the theater. By the way, there's 2 movies that we need to go see. Sinners.
That sounds cool.
That one I heard it's really good, and we had to see Thunderbolts,
What is that? Thunderbolts?
Marvel movie.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. My brother said that he's seen Final Destination and he said it was good. But I mean, I told him, I'm like, that seems played out.
Yeah, I get too scared seeing that shit, especially when there's like planes involved. You know me, I have a plane phobia.
Not just that, when you're on the motorcycle and there's logs in the back of a semi or something.
Oh fuck that! Did you see the metal rolls? How they fucking flatten you?
No.
Oh god, I but like the internet traumatizes you sometimes and shit. I drive down the street, dude, and I'm fucking getting flashbacks.
Yeah, that's
The street's the one that caused my accident.
Johnny was in the streets.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I know. I told my my doctor and my attorney, he's like, "Are you really cannot even fucking catch a break?" And I go, "They come in 2 docs."
Yeah,
And
it's tough.
and I was like, "Yeah." It's like I got hit, not like if I'm hitting people and shit.
Yeah, but I think that we were just talking about that is like how everything happens for a reason. And I think that all these things that are happening to you, you can either be a victim to it or you can overcome it. You can
Buy another motorcycle, a road glide, a street glide.
road glide, baby.
No, road glide's too big for me. I need a street glide.
Street glide.
Yeah.
Let's get Johnny a street glide, please.
Right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know things happen for a reason, but I don't know.
What do you think the reason for your motorcycle and your injuries are?
I'm fucking cursed. I don't know. I mean, I try not to dwell on it, and I'm like you said, I used to have that victim mentality, but now I kind of sit back or analyze it, or I'm just happy to be alive, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that what I think, this is just me taking a shot in the dark, right? I think that this is trying to tell you or trying to get you to see how strong you can make your body. And I've always told you this, to go to the gym and to try to move your body and build strength, just because if you don't, your body's just getting your muscles and your tendons and even your bones just become weak and fragile.
Apathy? What's it called? Apathy? Like, I know what you're saying, but I do a lot of cardio.
Why did you look at me like that?
I don't know. I thought you could read my thoughts.
I could read your thoughts, but
Okay.
it was just funny how you looked at me like waiting for the punchline. Huh?
No, I just wanted to see your reaction.
There is a lot of cardio. Well, you got to do some weight training, dude, to get your muscles, your tendons, all that stuff strong. And I think that might help you.
No, I can. That's the reason why I'm so pissed. Like I want to, but I can't because of my injuries. They don't let me. They don't let me. My doctors don't let me. Not after I get my surgeries, and I could go back because then I'll re-injure myself. You know what I'm saying?
Not if you go light.
I mean, like I could do. I mean, I do stuff around. I don't like to sometimes feel still, so me pongo a barrer, a planchar, a cocinar.
Johnny's a trophy husband.
Yeah, even cooking kicks my ass. Can you believe that?
Yeah, but like I said, you got.
But I like to cook.
Do more of that.
Yeah,
Even if you're not lifting heavy weights, but if you go to the gym and kind of do movements and get your body moving.
I don't like going to gyms no more. I fall in love too fast.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm not a pervert like that, but it's
no, you are. It's okay.
No, I'm not. I'm just
This
fucking
is a
around.
safe space.
Yeah, it is. But no, I'm not. I'm just like, I just feel so like I can't do that much. I have to be doing like elliptical, bicycle, all like the not the manly man stuff, you know?
Yeah, but that's better than nothing.
Remember how I was getting good and lifting pretty heavy. Not heavy for my size was good. Like what was I doing, the 245s and the 10s?
Yeah, something like that.
And then I was like, oh. One time I thought you were helping me and you said no. I was like, oh, wow. And then I did it again. And then now I lost all of that. Now I can't even pick up a 5-pound bag. of salt to put on my on my
Yeah,
softener.
but it's because you allowed it to get to that point.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm telling you, I was going to physical therapy. Um, that thing was helping me out, but like I said, it felt good. I mean, I was able to do like, when you do like the sit-ups and you could, you have to move the ball side to side, like, like Rocky training. I
Yeah.
was feeling like Rocky
Mm-hmm.
and I felt good. And then boom, the next day I was feeling like crap. I did it again and I kept it doing. And then that's when I didn't know what was going on with my body. So I started listening to my body. And, with all the problems that I went through, I thought it was like my panic attacks and my anxiety and a little bit of stress.
Right.
But then when I started like not focusing on all of that, and I was like, wait, okay, I feel good. My mental health's in the right place because I won my case, and everything like that. And so I'm like, okay, but my body's not, because I got closure, what had happened to me in my last job. So I'm like, my body's not getting better. So I was like, okay. And then when I went, I found out that my lower back was really messed up and I damaged it at work. And so I was going to the right place. You remember? I mean, I'm not playing the victim, but remember when I got my first shot or my second shot, we went to play basketball,
Right.
and I felt like
Invincible.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Like I could like move and like, look at me, look at
Johnny
me.
was windmill dunks, doing some windmill dunks.
at a 4 feet basketball court. But anyways, and then I went to play church ball, and then I injured my knee like a dumbass because I was trying to keep up with the youngsters, which I was, but they didn't even let me sit down because I was playing okay. I could do good assists. But
That's
anyways,
one thing that I want to go to is I just looked up some questions for our podcast. Okay, and I wanted to ask and see what your thoughts on this are.
go ahead.
If you had the power to change one thing about how society treats men, what would it be and why?
You know what's the biggest thing that I would think that if how society treats men is that a lot of people, again, you know how we talk about mental health,
Right.
they don't focus on men's mental health. They think that we're made out of stone, and and as men, we don't have a platform, and that's what we're trying to do. This platform,
Right.
so you could put your stuff out there. A safe place, like you say it, is that don't make it taboo about men need to be strong. Yeah, we could be strong, but we always need that kind. Everybody needs support.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so funny because sometimes you see a lot of men, they don't get compliments. Hey, you did a great job, or you did something good, or
Right.
and then you start feeling lonely and like like once I started going to therapy and everything like that, I learned my triggers. I learned what I want in life. I kind of it helps, but like people, we have feelings too. Men have feelings, and sometimes we don't express it because they think that it makes us weak.
Yeah, and there's society and there's some women, not all women, right? But some women see that as like a turnoff. I mean, you've seen like women talk about there was a
666.
yeah, and they want you to be like this manly man that doesn't have emotions and doesn't have feelings. And if you do talk about your emotions and feelings, it's kind of like a turnoff for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then if they see you cry, it's even worse.
It's even worse. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie Bedazzle?
Yeah. Yo, that when he sees the sunset.
Yeah, and the dolphins,
Yeah.
I mean, not that kind of man,
Right. That's a little extreme.
right. But I think that's how I see you doing that and shit. Jason,
The
stop
beautiful,
crying.
the beautiful
dolphin.
sunset. That was me in Texas.
Right.
The beautiful sunset.
How about you? What would you change?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think like the expectation for men to be the protectors and providers and not really catch a break, right? We talk about how
What do you mean not catch a break?
not catch a break from that, like
Oh, the stigma that comes with it.
right.
Okay, I kind of lost you for a second.
So we talk about how like women could be beautiful and then they become an Instagram model and some dude pays them $8,000 a night to spend the night with him. Right.
Telling you, if I was a woman, I don't think I won't have no insecurities.
But
Because te puedes arreglar todo.
yeah, but for men, I think if a man could pay $8,000 a night to be with a woman, that's awesome for him, right?
How about if the
But-
women start paying you $8,000 to be with you? Okay, I'm getting off subject. Sorry.
I think Yeah, that'd be cool.
You see? But we don't get offered $8,000 unless we look like Magic Mike and the boys.
Not even that. I don't think. I don't know. I guess I don't know if there is men out there
But-
that are
but
charging $8,000.
That's where my point comes to mind too. I circle around like, you know how women could fix themselves, like get boob jobs, you know, liposuction, BBL.
Yeah, a good 10, 20 grand and you're good. Go.
How could men do that? Like, could we get a 6-pack, a nice chest?
I feel like I would. I don't know. I mean, if you really wanted to, but
Get a BBL too if you want to have like a.
dang,
Nah, I don't
you'd be
know.
at the gym doing some squats.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's like, doesn't that like kind of, ain't that like about equal rights though? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that women, just like we talk about men have societal standards, right? Like society puts us in this box. Women are put in a box as well, and they have the same struggles, but in a different way. Women are like told that they have to be beautiful, they have to be perfect, they have to be skinny, they can't have wrinkles. And for women, if you look at the big picture, right? Women are so into being put, or like they're physical. So that's why I think society has so many things like Botox and plastic surgeries. And, you know, these plastic surgeons are everywhere making boatloads of money. And so based off of society's standards, a woman, especially now, like it's like affordable, right? Like 10, 15 grand and you can get like a full blown.
Yeah, it's pocket change now.
Right.
Except in here in Utah, fuck, in Utah they charge an arm and a leg.
You get a whole new body and you go from being a 6 to being a 9.
Right, from being a warehouse worker to a trophy wife.
Yeah, you could. You
like
go
there's
from
trophy wife
Amazon.
material, yeah, and warehouse material. Like, we need a 2-household income.
So if you're an Amazon, all you do is you save up your 10, 15 grand. For us, man, we have to invest that into a business or, I don't know, school, something to try to better yourself. For women, they just take that, hey, doc, handle that.
Right? Why can't men do that?
I guess you,
Like-
I don't even know where you'd start.
Yeah, but like there's men like, you know, like they work out and they have like a 6-pack and a nice chest, but they can't get rid of their love handles.
Yeah,
Like they try everything, every move and everything like that. So you have to go in there and get some surgery to remove that abnormality.
yeah, I guess. I mean,
Right.
there's no shame in that.
How about hair transplant?
That too.
Wouldn't you want to have a nice, full, nice, beautiful mane?
Dude, I feel like if I did have amazing hair, I'd probably just grow it out. Like,
You look like Joe Dirt. Have a mullet,
no,
Mexican mullet.
I would look like,
Jackson 5.
no.
Jerry Curl Drews. God damn it, Jason.
I would
get
just
to the
want, I would just want to show it off. You know what I'm saying?
like over there, Junior.
yeah,
in
my
los
boy over
rulos.
here.
Los
Yeah.
rulos. I want to put some Jerry curl on him. What's it called? That Peter, or what's the new haircut that everybody has? The Steve, what they call it?
I don't know. What is that haircut called?
Yeah,
The broccoli heads.
No, something like that. It's the new. Keep forgetting. There's this comedian that always clowns it. 'Cause everybody has it. The peso pluma haircut.
The peso pluma. Doesn't he have a mullet too?
He had a mullet. But
I feel like a mullet would go hard too. Especially if I'm moving to Texas.
right. You just want to fit in.
I'm gonna have a skullet.
Right there. But anyways, how about that? Do you think that's like? I mean, like right now they say that the best hair plant transplants are in Istanbul in Turkey. That the Turkey doctor that are doing a miracle or crazy things, and then they say that just recently, UCLA doctors found a cure for baldness. That it's like the dormant hairs, they can make them regrow because they're just dormant. They need
Would
to wake the
you-
fuck up.
Would you? I think we've talked about this before too, but would you take those steps? Like, we talk about females and there's like these women on Instagram
You see,
and I don't know, but the majority of them have plastic surgery and like do all this stuff,
yeah.
right?
Well, and some of them get it and then they still work out, so that's a plus. If you get
Double
it,
whammy?
if you don't get it, you don't take care of it, then it's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna go back to being a warehouse worker.
Okay.
I'm just fucking around. I'm being so sexist right now.
But would
But that's the
you
funny part.
like? Do you feel the need to go out and let's say you did have the money to get some abs and pecs and hair put in? Would you do it?
Maybe just the hair. But,
Yeah,
I mean, I love hair because I can't rock the ball look. If I really did, I would look like Gollum. But
That's what I'm
like
saying.
you could rock the ball look.
Thanks, dude.
because you're like
I have-
6'6"
I
and
have no
6'8".
choice.
Yeah. One time that I gave you that fucking complex by accident.
The Peyton Manning.
No, you look like a Cleon and shit.
Yeah.
But when I took that picture and it warped your head by accident, and I didn't do it on purpose until you pointed it out.
Johnny, let's tell him a story. So we went out to eat. I don't remember where, but Johnny was taking a picture of the food, and I don't know what he did to the picture, like warped it, or I don't know.
I just took an awkward angle, I guess.
I don't know. There was something, but my head looked like Peyton Manning's forehead. It was all elongated, and so I was looking at the picture, and I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with my head?"
No, you're like, does my head really look like this?
Yeah.
And I started like, what are you talking about? Look at my picture, and then I see your head. I'm like, oh shit, no. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, because I know how Jason is very fucking vindictive. I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose. It was just an accident. But then he was like touching his head. He couldn't
like,
enjoy
damn.
his dinner.
No,
He was like,
yeah.
and I kept laughing because he was like, really looking at his forehead. And I go, no, dude, it's the picture. It's nothing wrong.
Had me looking like Peyton Manning.
Fuck, no, you look funny. That was funny. Anyways. But no, I think I'll do the hair. I mean, if I was able to work out,
My thought process is I want to be with somebody that wants to be with me because they want to be with me because I'm an awesome person. Not
Yeah.
because I have a full head of hair.
well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah. I
And
mean,
think
that's
women should take that into account too. Like, wouldn't you want to be with somebody that's like, hey, you're not perfect. Your stomach isn't super flat. Your tits aren't bursting out the seams.
Well,
but I like you.
yeah, love is without anybody's insecurity. You make them look good in your heart. It's what comes within. But society standards. I'm telling you, nowadays they're like making you do OnlyFans and putting fake eyelashes. Like, you ever had or any of your friends, guy friends, have you ever had a conversation about, damn, look at that girl's eyelashes, they look bomb.
Yeah.
And then
have
I don't get it why women put fake eyelashes. Like it doesn't make a difference for us, like but for them it does. I mean, that's
you know what it is?
or like the
And this
nails,
is my theory.
like nails, like
This is my theory. Okay. I think that there's women that are naturally beautiful out there all throughout the world. And then there's women that aren't. But I mean, I'm sure somebody finds them beautiful, right? But
oh yeah, there's everybody. You see, I got lucky that somebody found me beautiful twice.
yeah. Just 2 times in your life.
Yeah, but that's all.
That's all you need.
I was happy. At least I got 2. Some people get nothing, so 2 out of my lifetime is not pretty bad.
But what I'm saying is that there's these women that are naturally beautiful, and then there's these women that aren't. And the women that aren't start getting implants and plastic surgeries and all this eyelashes and all this stuff to try to compete with the natural beauty, right? And then the natural beauty ones are like, oh well, I want some eyelashes and I want some BBL and whatnot. And so then the natural beautiful ones start doing that stuff, and then they just kind of all blend in together.
Have you seen the memes of when women die now, and then in the future time when they dig them up, they're gonna find like all these plastic stuff around there? That's
all
sad.
the Botox. And
Yeah. I was reading into things about Botox because I need some. That's why I wear eyeglasses, because mis ojeras están hasta acá. My baggy eyes. I'm just kidding. But I was looking like just to do research and shit. Like I like to learn sometimes. Some of them, they say that it stays there. Like they think you're feeling them, and they keep like pushing it more and more, and then
it expands, right?
Yeah,
like
and
it
it's like, and then sometimes it doesn't drain out. So
I don't think it ever drains out.
yeah, I was like, fuck that.
So that's why you see all these like actresses and stuff when they get to a certain age, they just look bloated.
Yeah, and it's funny. You know what fucked this up though? 4K TV, high definition TV. Because now, I remember when I got my first plasma, high definition. You could see anybody's insecurities, man. You're like, oh fuck, tan arrugada está and shit. That's why they
Madonna and stuff.
yeah, I was like, God, 4K and high definition messed up.
I just think men or women, just keep it natural. If somebody's gonna love you, let them love you for the way you are. Stop doing all that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
I love women that say that they love dad bods.
Yeah, that's what we're in the market for, baby.
Yeah. Well, you are. I'm not. I'm taken.
No, we are.
No,
I'm putting Johnny under the bus.
no. I'm
Yeah,
a trophy
we are.
husband. Why would I throw that away?
Everybody.
Sorry, I just
Just
gotta,
kidding. That's a joke, Marty. Don't.
Wow, why you had to say people's name?
Dude, I already said her name. Everybody knows.
Fuck. They can
All
stalk
right.
her. Anyways, it's time to go, Jason. Sign us off.
No, let's go over the comments real quick
Oh.
that we got over. So, our last video, which
Hello,
was the
curfew.
marathon video, and also the one with Lehigh, we had a couple comments. So,
I thank again for stopping by. Appreciate it.
yeah, for sure. Rhino Man 99 on the marathon podcast, he put, first off, nice job with the marathon. I knew you could do it. As for celebrity crush, remember we talked about celebrity
Oh, I
crushes.
find out who's my celebrity crush.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish this and we'll touch base on that. I've had a thing for Jennifer Love Hewitt ever since she did that cheerleader tryout in the Birds of Paradise. Do you know what that is?
I know who Jennifer Love Hewitt is. She's pretty. She's the one that came. I know what you did last summer. Yeah, she had some good movies.
Yeah, she was. And he says, I still want a tattoo, but maybe I'm getting too old. 56 now. What do you guys think?
You're never too old to get a tattoo, man. Enjoy your life. We're only here once.
Rhino Man, go get that tattoo, dude. If anything, if it's something that you want, doesn't matter your age, go do it. We don't know how many days we have left.
Yep.
Get it done. Experience it. What were we talking about?
The comments.
Oh, we were talking about your celebrity crush. Let's touch on that.
Dude, Salma Hayek. You saw that she came out in Sport Illustrated. I mean, I'm seeing all these old celebrities that are a little bit older than me, and they fucking look amazing.
Doctor gets some good money, dude. You know, Salma Hayek. You ever seen From Dusk Till Dawn? Oh,
That's
dude,
when I fell in love with her.
I was like, I don't know,
Well,
15 years old.
I was.
You know
20,
what I was doing to
yeah.
that.
Oh damn!
The vampire
TMI,
scene.
TMI.
That vampire scene was lit, baby.
That's what put her on the planet. Have you seen Desperado?
No, I don't think I
Fuck,
have.
you're a dumbass. Then I don't want to
See?
talk to you no more.
See?
You should see Desperado. If you're doing crazy stuff on Dusk to Dawn, you see Desperado, you're gonna do crazy stuff right now too.
See?
Como
All
estás
right, I'm gonna go
sordo?
home. I'm gonna go home and watch it.
No, you have to see it. It's a good movie too, but can't
Yeah.
say.
Some of those like scenes when you were a teenager, you know, that you'd watch movies. You know which one was another one for me?
What? Tell me, because I'm impressed you even saw movies when you were a teenager. You okay there? What?
Dude, I got a beard hair in my mouth.
You could edit that out, please.
Nah, everybody
remember-
gets to know that's the struggles of having a beard.
Like today, you almost made me gag.
Yeah.
Anyway,
one
wait, that
of
doesn't
the-
sound right.
I did. I did
Fucking
make
asshole.
him gag. Carla from Friday After Next.
Oh, you know she ended up bad.
I did see that.
Oh, that's sad.
That was another scene where I was like, "Oh, Carla."
No, how about the neighbor in Friday, the first Friday, Mrs.
Miss Parker.
Yeah, Mrs. Park. Damn,
Miss
Mrs. Parker
Parker.
looking good. Mrs.
Yeah.
Parker.
Yep, Miss Parker for sure.
Oh, you know who's the other one too? Heidi Klum. I don't know what is it about Heidi Klum. Victoria. I don't know. I think she's hot.
Not so much.
Picking, are we?
We talked about Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, she's
That's
cute.
the one. One thing we could comment is like when you were a teenager, please somebody comment. What scene in movies did you like as, you know, a teenage boy
Really? You
found
that
interesting?
sick and shit?
I just feel like it's interesting to me what people
Dude, I'm telling you, I grew up in that age. The Mexican movies were like soft porn movies. Los verduleros, los albañiles, from, you know. Oh, remember when we went to Wise Guy and you saw that guy, the Big Rudy's, Juan Camané, and you didn't know who it was, but I knew who he was. Those movies, ooh, if you thought, like I'm telling you, what was it, From Dusk to Dawn? Those other movies don't compare because they had some hot women. They had Maribel Guardia. You know who Maribel Guardia is?
Nope.
She's like 60 something and she still looks hot. You have to look her up. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. The other comments are on Lehigh's video. What is it? Lehman Platt says, "Fantastic, Lehigh. Let's go, brother." Thank you for that comment. Once again, Lehigh's episode was lit. It's good knowledge. Terrence Bugs says, "Excellent story and word, little bro. I am very proud of what you are allowing God to do in your life. Keep changing the world for the better. I love you. Shout out to Jay for giving you the platform to do it. Much love to you as well." Thanks, dude. Lehigh is somebody that, like I said, for a while now has inspired me and motivated me to see him growing and learning and just kind of being vulnerable and speaking, about his struggles and he talks a lot about God too and everything that's helped him just to better himself. So shout out to Lehigh and shout out to Terrence Bugs for the comment, dude. Appreciate it. There's
That was a good
El
episode. That was a good episode.
El El Vikingo Bluth official. He put great podcast, Lehigh. Thank you for sharing your story and inspiring men, hermano. Appreciate that comment, dude. Once again, Lehigh.
It's
Appreciate
nice what he talked about. Like I'm telling you, he's a lot of stuff that he said. I mean, I didn't join the army, but things that he was going through, I've been through it. And
Yeah, I think we can
I,
all relate,
yeah.
like in one way or another, to like those struggles.
Yeah, but I'd be surprised. There's a couple people that had told me that are close to me that they couldn't relate to me.
To you?
Yeah, like what I felt. Like again, because they have that Hispanic culture.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're just making that up in your head. And I was kind of like put off to it, like
I think there'll be a point where they'll understand.
yeah.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. Let me show you Maribel Guardia. Fool. She's like 60 something.
I mean, yeah, she looks good for 60 something, but
Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking. Sorry, I just
I'm
wanted.
just saying she looks attractive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, that's amazing. Like nowadays, how they just
If you have the money, you can
yeah,
pull it
that
off.
is so true because like a lot of new actresses that looked kind of beat up, they're like, oh, got rejuvenated. I want that money now. I want to get rejuvenated, get a new body, stem cells. I want to do stem cells. I
There you
know.
go.
I know. I mean, people don't like it, but they say that they help in a lot of good stuff.
Go to Mexico and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you need to wrap up here?
Nah, man, I'm just excited to be back. I did not get replaced. I want to shout out to Lehigh and Jason for doing that amazing episode. Thank you for sharing your the stuff that you went in life, and again, thank you for serving our country. Like
Sure.
Jason says, I appreciate military, man, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's not easy.
For sure. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We're going to continue to put these episodes out. And if you have any questions or if you want us to cover any subjects, go ahead and comment on YouTube or Instagram and let us know what you want to hear about us. And remember to love yourself, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace out.
Peace.